Hello everyone, John Zwart here at Home and Property Real Estate. I'm speaking to you today from the den in my home, and I wanted to take just a moment to chat with you about something that's been near and dear to my heart. You know, for the better part of a decade, we've seen prolonged strength in the real estate market. In the last 5 years in particular, we've seen an increase in values in our area of approximately 45%. That is a robust, absolutely robust increase in value. It's something that on some levels has been mind-boggling and not sustainable. And of course, it's also created a lot of wealth for a lot of people, though it should be added that it's also created stress for buyers and particularly for first-time buyers. Now, a lot of people have said to me that this can't continue and that average incomes have not kept pace and that there's only so much that people can afford. And what goes up, some have said, must invariably come down. And of course, I'm not going to necessarily argue with any of that, though if you're more optimistic, then you might say that at some point things have to level out. And you know, that makes sense. We're getting to a point where affordability is an issue, and particularly when you add external factors like the government's recently implemented mortgage stress test, trying to limit the ability that people have to purchase right up to their limit. And also when you factor in increases in interest rates, it just seems intuitive to say that at some point there's going to be some sort of dampening effect on house prices. But we could say that there's another way to look at things, and that other way might have some validity as well. Let's consider for a minute the big picture, the bird's eye view, if you will. Just east of us in Toronto, there in the greater Toronto area, the GTA, they're currently experiencing an influx in population of about 100,000 people a year. And that's been going on for several years. Now, I don't want to get into the reasons for this. You know, you could talk about immigration and also migration within the country and the province, and all of those factors probably come into play. But the reality is that regardless of what those reasons are, the province has placed restrictions on new development designed to protect environmentally sensitive land, to protect farmland, prime farmland, and also to put limits on urban sprawl. And that might be, all of those limitations might be a counter balance to the dampening expectations that we have on home prices. And I think that ought to be taken into consideration. Toronto is in many ways like a pressure cooker for real estate. More and more people keep pouring into the city, and the city has nowhere to go but up. That's why we see condominiums being built at a feverish pace, and why the skyline in Toronto is continuously changing. I've heard it said that the condo market in Toronto is growing at a faster rate than the condo market anywhere else in the world. I don't know if that's true, but it sure seems like it. But you know, as nice as condo living may be, and there's lots of people that really love it, and for very good reasons, not everyone wants to live in a condo. Many young families still hold on to the dream of owning a single detached home with a private driveway and their own garage and a fenced-in backyard. And that dream may be becoming a mirage in Toronto, a pipe dream, if you will. But it's still realistic in our area and in other places beyond Toronto. So this is what I see looking ahead. Not that I have a crystal ball, but I really don't think I'm too far out here. The real estate market in Wellington County and in the region of Waterloo is going to continue to be strong. There may be some dampening of upward pressure on values, which is probably a good thing, but there will continue to be growth in the new housing sector, particularly in the smaller communities like Fergus and Elora and Drayton and Elmira. And the reality is that these communities are a great place to live, and more people are discovering them as they're going beyond the city. And the reality, too, is that these communities are safe and they're convenient. And despite the increase in property values that we've seen over the last few years, they are still reasonably affordable. This is something to keep in mind if you are in the housing market and if you know of somebody who is. Anyway, that's all for now. If you like this video, please feel free to share it with others or make comments or provide feedback of some sort. And please also take a moment to subscribe to one of our Facebook pages. This helps us to get the word out about our better way to buy and sell real estate. And of course, if you're curious about why our home and property team can provide you with a better way forward, give us a call or send us an email. We're pretty sure that you'll be glad you did. And again, we look forward to engaging with you. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.